welcome. This is My Favorite Mortgage Podcast. I'm Jaimie Booth, a licensed loan officer in Arizona and Texas, and you are listening to a newer podcast, My Favorite Mortgage, that lets you behind the curtains of the home buying journey. You can find us on all major platforms and on our YouTube channel, My Favorite Mortgage with Jaimie Booth. And today we have a very special guest, Beatriz Cortez.
Yep. Hi, guys.
Welcome.
Also known as Your Realtor Bestie on social media.
I love that. Realtor Bestie.
That's right. That's me.
Well, thank you. You've been a licensed loan officer. Sorry.
Wait a minute. Back up.
Sorry. You've been a licensed realtor for how long?
A little over a year and a half. I wanted to go 2 years. Yeah, 2 years.
Oh, you're still a rookie.
Yeah, I'm a rookie.
You're in your rookie season.
I've been in the industry for almost 7.
What did you do before?
I did a whole bunch of admin work. So with another company, Realty Executives. So I did that for 5.5 years.
And we call that TC.
Yes.
Yes.
Transaction coordination stuff.
Yes.
Like
we have loan officer assistants in my world, and you guys have TCs.
Yep.
Again, we love acronyms. So, Beatriz, tell us a little bit about yourself. What is a hobby that you like to do?
I am an outdoorsy girl. You may not see, it may not look like it on the outside, but guys, take me on a hike, go on the outdoors, let's ride some horses, literally some long walks on the beach, although I can't swim. I love it.
You can't swim?
I can't swim. I can't.
Oh, that's kind of heartbreaking.
But a little bit about me. I was born here in Tucson, grew up in Los Angeles, California, right by USC. Then when I was 10, we all moved back over here to Tucson. My grandparents were here, so my mom was like, hey, let's just go over there.
Yeah, close to family.
Be closer to family.
Yeah.
Here we are. And then at 18... when I started college at the university, everyone's like, bye, we're going back to California. And I stayed here. And I'm still here. And everyone's still in California.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they still in the LA area?
They're a little more on the outskirts. They're like Anaheim, San Bernardino area.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm not going back.
About me. I was born in Santa Ana.
Oh, see?
Yeah. And then we lived in Tustin, moved here when I was a kid.
And now you're stuck.
Yeah, now I'm stuck. I can't give up the Soros and mountains.
Tucson is just it has that home feel, you know what I mean? I'll go anywhere, I'll travel as long as I want, but as soon as I land on Tucson, I'm like, yes, I'm home.
You're home.
Yeah.
You get that feeling. Yeah. So I heard that you like to also play a certain game.
Yes, I do. And it literally started 2 months ago.
Really?
And if you guys don't know, pickleball is a thing, right?
It wasn't a thing a year ago.
You know, the weird thing was, before I was in the real estate, I was a bartender.
Okay.
So, and in that bartending, little vicinity, I don't know if anyone knows it, but it's the Voyage RV Resort, on Kolb, past I-10, past Valencia.
I do know that.
There's pickleball courts. And back in the day, I'm like, what the heck are these people playing? And they would be tournaments, they'd go all out.
Wow.
And now I'm like, wait, now that I got a little piece of it, I was like, now I know why they're addicted, because literally, I go every Tuesday.
It's so much fun.
Every Tuesday I go at Corbett's. If you guys haven't gone to Corbett Brewery, go. It's so much fun.
And play pickleball.
Yes, and play pickleball.
You know, that's what Matthew Perry was playing right before he died.
Oh.
Yeah, I had never heard of pickleball. I thought it was just a silly name.
No, it's so much fun, girl. It's so addicting.
I'm going to have to try that out.
And the first time I played, I was sore for the next 5 days.
Really?
Because you're squatting, because it's you're trying to get to the ball quick. And I'm like, what is going on? I got up and I'm like, oh, hell. The third day was the worst, though. I was sore.
So it's like tennis.
Yeah, it's kind of like tennis, because you have that court feel, you have the net, but the court is shorter. And there's obviously, the ball is different. It's a wiffle ball. And your paddle is a lot smaller, too.
So you can really catch some air.
Yeah.
On those things.
It's so much fun. Yeah, you have to, I'm aggressive sometimes, and I'll just be, whacking like it's baseball. And I'm like, all right, chill. The ball's going to go out the court and hit somebody. But it's so much fun.
So it requires some restraint, too.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Just like when we're trying not to curse as much. Some restraint on our curse words.
Yep, we need that. But it's okay. It's so much fun. So if you ever come out Tuesdays is our day. We always go and play.
I'm going to have to take you up on that.
You're going to have to go.
I have no hobbies. have no hobbies
and
anymore.
If you don't, like, there's no way you can't like it. You don't even have to be, like, super athletic. You can just go and get, like, you're good. You're a good girl.
All right. Okay, so the new year's coming up. Let's just this is going to air like right before Christmas.
Okay.
Right? So maybe 2024 is the year of the pickleball.
Maybe for you.
All right, I'll give it a try. My gosh, I just said that. It's the end of this year. Oh my God.
And my birthday is on Wednesday.
Happy
I will
birthday.
be 31.
Oh, you're just a little baby.
I'll be 31 on Wednesday, which is crazy.
So you're a full-blown millennial.
Yep, I sure am.
Yeah. Yeah. My daughter's on the cusp to where there's some charts that says she's 96.
Okay.
And so there's some charts that say she's Gen Z.
Gen Z, yeah.
But she's a total millennial. Oh my gosh, this little hippie child.
Hey, I love it.
The millennials are the biggest generation that is alive that is now become home buyers.
Yeah.
And they outnumber the baby boomers. So I made some content almost 3 years ago about how impactful millennials coming into the real estate market have been because they're first-time home buyers. Yeah. Right? Unlike your Gen X or your baby boomers, when I go to buy a house, I'm selling my house.
Yeah.
So I'm evening out the inventory.
For sure, yeah.
And the millennials are coming in as first. They've got nothing to replenish the inventory.
Nope.
Which is why there's not going to be a crash.
Yeah, no.
No, come on.
Oh my God, when I hear people say that, I'm going to wait for the market to crash and just, I'm like, do you know what happened, like, in that era?
Yeah.
Like, at that point, I'm like, you don't know your history because there is nothing in comparison that says we're going to crash compared to 2008.
Right.
Starting at 2005 kind of thing. Like, they already saw the patterns back then in 2005. No one listened.
Right.
Then guess what happened?
They made movies about how many people were uncovering this. Yeah. Well, I could actually give you some good news because mortgage rates, we were in the 8s just a few weeks ago, and now we finally have had our 5th straight week of mortgage rate decline.
I know, that's so good.
It's like, that's according to the Mortgage Bankers Association. It's a 5th week, but we still have 20% fewer transactions today than a year ago. And so 20% of people are still on the fence, either waiting for this crash or waiting for lower interest rates. And we know, you haven't been in it too long, but you were in it during the crazy times.
Oh, yeah. I saw.
Like, there was no seller concessions.
Yeah, nothing.
No.
It was insane. And even like
house.
people buying or paying like over ask, over list price. That was insane. I see some of it now, but not as crazy as like 40 grand, 100 grand. Like, that was insane.
Yeah.
That was an insane time. Now I just see not as much. I see a little bit over asking over list price,
too.
But not how crazy it was.
And we're
then.
seeing over asking because we're asking for seller paid closing costs. Yeah. So it's a wash for the seller where I need my buyer to, get their closing costs covered because we're either doing a 2-1 buy down or, their down payment assistance. So,
and like, I think a lot of people don't understand, and it's mainly like educating the people, educating the buyers, educating the sellers, educating anyone that is going from like point A all the way to, point Z to the finish line. Like, right now we're talking about like interest rates. Some people are probably like, what about interest rates? They're like, well, they are a little bit higher compared to what they were back, in 2019, 2020, in that era.
Right.
But it's like, what does that make a difference for them as a first-time home buyer? Well, now, if the interest rates go a little bit lower, keep going a little bit lower, that could possibly increase your purchase power, right?
It will. Yeah.
So a lot of people are like, well, what does that do? Like, well, if you qualify for about 250, 300,000, you may qualify for like 315, something. It may push it a little bit, It might help too with the inventory that is so low. That could definitely help. So I think a lot of people don't understand what that does.
Right.
So I think just, of course, and if anyone has any questions, they need to reach out to us. Like, we're here. We don't
guys,
bite, guys.
We
We're here to
eat,
help.
breathe, and live this. This is our career. That we understand it. Yeah. We dive into it. We understand the numbers game of it. Mm-hmm. You mentioned 2019. in 2019, homes versus today have seen a 40% increase in value.
Oh, yeah.
So the home that was 150 in 2019 is 280. Don't check my math, guys, because that was really just on the cusp, okay? But
yes, that equity.
Right.
Yes.
The equity, and you'll never be able to buy that house again for 150.
No.
It just won't
That's
happen.
long gone.
Yep.
So if people are waiting, if you guys are waiting to see if those prices will drop to that price, reality is no, it's not.
Right.
There's no way.
No.
There's just no way. If we look at the history of like purchase prices, hardly ever do they ever decline every year. You know,
Right.
it's like they're always going up and up and up.
Right.
So
right.
come on, guys.
Grandma bought their house
Yeah.
for $40,000 in 1960.
You don't want to be like that person. Back in my day, the houses were this amount. I'm like, well, yeah, everything was so cheap.
I do want to be that person. I'm going to brag about how I bought my house back in my day. And that's another thing, though, is like these interest rates that we had are shackling sellers to their house to where they don't want to sell.
Yes, they don't. They're like, I'm never going to get that interest rate. You're right.
So it's compounding with millennials buying.
Inventory, yep.
Builders not building fast enough. And then the sellers that have, 2.5%, 3% interest rates, and they won't be able to buy that house again.
Yeah. So a solution for a seller that has a great interest rate.
Let's hear it.
But wants to sell, like, wouldn't it be possible for them to someone else to assume the loan, if that's possible?
It depends. My whole life. Government loans.
Okay.
They
have to be
conventional are not assumable.
Okay.
Yeah. VA, FHA, those are assumable if when the person took that loan out, like FHA, it was an assumable, eligible loan.
Okay.
Because there's some right now, if you're doing FHA and a down payment assistance, that's no. Even though it's a government loan, if that loan was processed a certain way, it's not assumable.
Okay.
So it's really important for the seller that if they do have one of these low interest rates, just call your servicer. Hey, Mr. Cooper.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not call them.
Call
Hey,
somebody.
Loan Depot, is my loan assumable? And, you can get an answer pretty quickly. And if it is assumable, then yes, you could take a buyer through that process. It eliminates me. Yeah. Because it's not a new loan.
Right.
So you're really kind of doing that assumption on your own.
Right.
With a servicer in a very small department because it's been around for decades.
Yeah.
So, but it's not very popular.
Right.
And so it's becoming popular. Well, these servicers don't have a great big department processing these, and processing them. So the time frame for a buyer at the normal success rate is 5 months.
Yeah.
So it's enticing.
Yeah.
But you have to have all parties, seller, buyer, realtors. You're not going to get paid for months and months and months till this department
figures it all out.
Completes. It's still a full-blown application.
Yeah.
Credit, income, but you don't have a loan officer guiding you.
Right.
You're on your own.
Yeah.
So the assumption, it's a hit and miss.
Yeah. Has to work for them.
It has to work, and it has to be, the seller willing to still make his 5 months of mortgage payments.
Along the line, yeah.
Yeah. One late payment disqualifies it.
That's insane.
Yeah. Well, in the last, I think it was 12 months or 24, it depends. But if they had one late payment, it's not assumable anymore.
So I think we can just say that these interest rates might be in the norm numbers. I think if they go any lower, 5.5 might be the lowest, I feel like.
That would be beautiful.
If we go back,
Oh, beautiful.
But we're not going to see, I think the 1.75 was the lowest that I've ever seen. My best friend's got like a 2.2, 2.7. Yeah. Like, girl, you're lucky.
Yeah.
We're not going to see that.
Those are the ones that become accidental landlords, where they'll keep the property, they'll keep that mortgage payment, and then they'll rent it out. They'll have, passive income. Well, there was a couple of things that we like to do on on our podcast, and we like to do some dad jokes.
Okay, let's hear it.
So my fabulous videographer just sent me some Christmas-themed dad jokes. Okay, what do you call a cat on the beach during Christmas time?
What do you call? You know, when I have a cat, I have a tuxedo cat. I don't know.
Sandy Claus.
Oh.
I'm reading these for the first time too. Oh my gosh.
That's too cute.
Oh my gosh. Why is it getting harder to buy advent calendars?
I don't know.
The days are numbered. Thanks, Joe.
No.
I already did that one. Okay. What do snowmen eat for breakfast in December?
Ice?
I would guess that's a good guess. It's snowflakes.
Oh. Snowflakes, that's nice.
Do you have any dad jokes?
You know, one comes to mind, and I hope this isn't like piss anybody off or something, but what do you call a smart blonde? And I heard this at a bar. This guy told this to me, so that's why I know it, okay?
I don't know.
What do you call a smart blonde?
A brunette? No.
A golden retriever. This is what somebody told me, and mind you, I was a bartender.
She's got all kinds of bar jokes.
Literally, they're the worst.
Oh my God, I remember blonde jokes from like high school days.
That is just one that always stuck to me because I was just like, this guy really just said that? But now you guys know.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Sorry, Steph. But I like my answer. Brunette.
Brunette, yeah. That's what I said.
Why did the gingerbread man go to the doctor?
To check his gumdrop.
Ooh. I don't know. He was feeling crumbly. Crumbly. Yeah. Now I'm thinking of Shrek.
That's what I think
Not
of.
my gumdrops. Buttons.
Oh my gosh.
Well, so my favorite mortgage does like to let people, behind the curtain. So is there any memorable transaction that you would like to share with us that maybe had some hiccups or some obstacles that you guys overcome, good or bad?
Honestly, every transaction they're all similar in the way, and I mainly work with like buyers. So they're all similar in the way of like, okay, they're looking to buy a house. We have this transaction going on. So I have this one where this guy came from Phoenix, moved to Tucson just because the affordability was here better, bought a bigger house down here. And he's just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I want like a Santa Fe style home. And I'm like, okay, great. And the first thing that I do when I'm trying to connect with somebody is like, all right, send me what your style of home. Send me the style of home that you're looking for.
Good idea.
Because I'm like a visual person. Because his Santa Fe style might be different from my Santa Fe style type of home.
Right.
So I'm like, just send me what you're looking for. The interior, the exterior, anything that stands out that makes you love a home. Mm-hmm. So we found a home. And I think this house was I think it was like $525,000, so $525,000.
Okay.
His budget was $500,000, and I'm like, and I told him, I'm like, hey, I know this is above the price range, but I wanted to tell you because it fits every little thing.
Checks every box.
Every box, everything, the layout, the look, everything. And so I sent it to him. I was like, I know it's over your budget. Let's just wanted to send it to you.
What's $25,000?
And he's looking at it. He's like, hey, we're going to be down in Tucson in about 2 weeks. I was like, okay, perfect. I kid you guys not. This house did a price reduction $499.
On the day he got here?
Yes. I'm like,
oh my gosh.
This is meant to be. I'm like, let's go
see it.
Stars
aligned.
Yes, let's go see it. Literally instantly fell in love with it. I'm like, guys, so for you guys that are out there looking, don't be hesitant to look at homes that are a little bit over your price range.
Good point.
Because that might open the door in the next couple of weeks, the next week. And check the days on market too. There's room for negotiation there too. Like I told my buyer, like, hey, don't just be stuck on just, that price. Like we can negotiate that. Like
they'll put that dollar amount in their search and it caps them
and
where
it caps you.
510, 515.
Where your dream home could have been at like the 510, price range. So we got that done. And real estate, any negotiation is, I think of it like we're playing a chess game. Don't ever put your good cards out. Don't ever like show all of your faces, Yeah. We want to keep it like a little game back and forth.
Right.
So of course this house was on the market for a while. Listing agent's like, hey, we got another offer. I'm like, oh, you did?
What are the odds?
Oh, you did. So it's like, all right, we're fine. We're gonna play hardball. And I told my clients like, hey, we're gonna play hardball. We're not gonna let them know what we're doing. It's like, okay, great. We're literally putting an offer. Of course, and anyone knows if you submit an offer on a property, there's 3 things that can happen. You can either get rejected, you can either get the offer accepted, or you're gonna get a counter back. There are 3 things that can happen, and I tell my clients this, like, so it's okay. We're all gonna be fine.
You got a 33% chance on one of those.
Yes,
it's good odds.
So we got a counter back.
Okay.
And and my person did have seller concessions because they wanted to buy down the rate. I was like, hey, they're they have the money, they just want to buy down the rate. Going back and forth. At the end of the day, they're like, all right, you guys got it.
Aww.
So we got it, and I was just so happy. First time home buyers, dream home. It was up in Oro Valley, La Reserve, like beautiful area. His house backed into the mountain. It was perfect.
He had some good karma coming his way.
He definitely did. And he was just so patient. Like, guys, if you're out there looking, I know I have a couple of my clients too that kind of get discouraged when the first, second house that they kind of look at, sometimes submit offers, they get outbid, they get beat out. Like, it happens. But you guys, the home is out there for you. You just haven't seen it just yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
To me, and luckily that transaction was the most easiest transaction. My clients were so nice.
Because all the stars aligned. If it's meant to be, it's somewhat too easy.
Mm-hmm. That was the best. That was my best transaction. And of course, there's always some hiccup ones where, and I deal a lot with investors too. So if anyone's out there likes to buy properties that are distressed, I'm your girl too. So you guys can reach out to me. But
we've got renovation loans and DSCR loans.
See, there you go, guys. So
the
that's
dynamic duo.
But those houses that are a little bit distressed, those are a little more complicated, just because certain investors are looking for a specific amount. They have their own numbers that they have to work for. But hey, I'm here to help with anybody.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for coming on today.
This was so much fun, guys. This was so much fun.
Thank you. I hear that a lot, that when I'm like inviting, I'm like, come on, let's just go do the podcast. Oh, no, I've never done that. I'm not very good.
Yeah.
And it's just a couple of people hanging out, talking,
we're just talking
shop about real estate.
On, but other than that, it's pretty normal.
We do this for the plot. We do this for the plot.
But no, this is so much fun. And if anyone has any specific questions to ask us, they can totally reach out.
Yes. So how do we get a hold of you?
So you guys can either Facebook me. It's Beatriz Cortez. You can find me. Or my Instagram is BC_XIV. So.
And she's the real estate.
I'm your realtor bestie.
That's
how I want them to feel. I want you guys to feel like we're best friends.
Yeah.
Along the entire transaction, before the transaction, after the transaction, like, I'm your bestie. Like, we're going to go and figure this out together, okay?
So
That's what we do.
I say the same thing when my client's offer is accepted. And I'm like, okay, you're going to be like my best friend for the next 30. You're going to hear from me every day.
It's literally a love triangle. It's me, the realtor. It's you, the lender. And then we have, who's our third person that we need?
Buyer.
Title.
Oh,
we
title.
Have title, too.
Yeah.
All 3 of us. We're all like a little happy triangle family.
Yep. We're the stool.
We are. That's what it is.
The tripod.
That's what it is.
Well, you can also reach out to me at myfavemortgage@gmail.com. Like, share, follow us. If you guys have any questions at all, we'll be happy to help answer all your buyer or seller needs. My name is Jaimie Booth, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.